Howdy, howdy, and welcome to My Bloody Judy with your final forgets, myself, Zachary Patton Garcia.
And Ian Carlos Crawford.
Ho, 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 you ho, slut pigs. This is the wrong show for that.
I was
But
say,
here we go, yes. Um, Tune into my nudie Judy on the AZB Patreon or the Slayerfest 98 Patreon if you want the ho, 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 slut pigettes version. A lot of good horror movies this year.
I feel like it's weird because I feel like there was a lot of good horror movies. I was trying to think of I don't know that I have a list that's not full of horror movies of the best movies this year. Like couldn't think of any non-horror movies that I was like, ooh, that was my favorite.
I mean, listen, it would take me, oh my God, I got a bunch of eye boogers on here. I hope nobody can see.
I can't see them.
Yeah, I mean, it took me. I had to go and refresh my memories on which horror movies came out this year. Anyway,
There what?
I'm like,
Yeah,
oh, because
yeah,
I've got like a top five list. I'm like that I could remember. I'm like, well, those are probably good. But there's a lot of horror movies that came out this year. A lot of really good ones. Like this was a really good year for horror, and I feel like we've been saying that the past couple years because it's just been like we're in a really great age for horror right now.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about how like every so often I see people be like, "Oh, horror's been so bad lately," and I'm like, I don't know, it's been pretty good the last few years, I think.
I ain't got no complaints really. Josh Hartnett's back. We've got Naomi Scott. We've got the goods. So we're gonna go through just a quick list of because we'll ramble fucking forever if we get into like the real nitty gritty of it. Best cinematography. If we go through like the Oscars categories, we'll never get through this, right? So we've got a few of our favorites here that we're gonna go through. And where should we start? Do you think we should start with the top 10 list? Should we end with
Yeah,
it? We should go ahead and start with that, I think.
yeah.
Hmm.
Do you want to
I
go
want
first or me
to.
to go first?
We'll guess each other's number one. I don't know if we can
Okay.
guess each other's top
Wait,
10. But
I feel like we could guess each other's top five, I
do you
think, as
think?
the
Okay,
list
we can try
ended.
that. Mind you, okay. Nosferatu has not come out yet.
Right.
This could very well top our lists. We
Yeah.
don't know. So if we happen to, it comes out Christmas Day. If we happen to just love it, love it, love it, we're probably going to do an episode on it anyway, and we'll update our list in that episode. Okay, so stay
It's a
tuned.
movie that's up both our alleys. We're both excited for, so it could end
Exactly.
up on the list. Yeah, there was a couple of things that I was like, wait, that came out this year when I was looking.
At 10, what's your number 10?
I will say the end of my list, I had a little bit of trouble. There was like stuff that I liked. My 10 is Alien Romulus. That's
Okay. Alien Romulus didn't even make my top 10. That's
okay.
crazy. It was a
That's
good
fair.
movie. It was a real good movie.
Yeah.
But again, there's a lot of really good ones that came out this year. I tended to form my list based on like what I enjoyed the most, right? Um, I have what's inside. It's what's inside.
I didn't see that.
It was great, and I didn't want to watch it. I thought it looked stupid. And Alistair was like really insistent that we
That's a
watch
Netflix
it,
one,
and I
right?
fucking loved it. Yeah, I fucking loved it. So number 10.
I did want to
What's
see
your number
that.
9?
Number nine is A Quiet Place Day One. I really liked it.
Honestly forgot that even came out this year. It's not
You
on my
didn't
top
look up
10
Liz? I
either.
looked up Liz.
Speak No Evil, I have at number 9.
Ooh,
Yeah. Number 8.
The Heretic.
Okay. I have The Deliverance, the the Lee Daniels movie with Glenn
Oh,
Close. There was a lot of Glenn Close clips coming around
yeah,
here.
yeah.
But like aside
I
from
heard
Glenn
that movie
Close,
was awful. That's why I didn't. I was like,
aside from her brilliant performance in this movie, I liked the whole movie all the way around, or not all the way around. I liked it to about like three-fourths in, right? And I was already familiar with like the story it's based off, so I was already excited to see it. And it is a very bad movie, but I had a lot of fun watching it. So, The
all right.
Deliverance,
I mean,
number 7.
Speak No Evil.
Oh, okay. Blink Twice.
Ooh, okay. Number
Um,
six. Don't yell at me. My six is The Substance.
at number 6, it's okay. It's okay because we did leave Blink. Don't blink twice.
Blink
We
twice.
did leave Blink Twice together. Like, oh, this is one of our
I
favorites
forgot
of
the
the
name of
year.
that
My
movie.
goodness, yes. So if your number 6 is the Substance, I'm okay with because I've got Blink Twice out of my top 5, but in the top 10, my number 6 is Abigail, which again
Okay.
feels like it didn't even come out this year. So
I was like, there's no way that like when I saw it on a couple of lists, I was like, no, 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 that was not this year. And then I was like, oh, it was this year.
it was here.
All right,
Okay, number
now
5.
yes.
This is our no.
Now
This is our top 5 now. Okay, so given what you've given me, I guess, you're going to have. Ugh, this is hard. Okay, Cuckoo's going to be your number 5 because you haven't mentioned it yet. Give me a hint. Is the first Omen's not on your top 5? Okay, Shame, shame. Cuckoo's number five. I'll say, oh gosh, Heretic number four.
I already said The Heretic, number
Oh, you
eight.
did. Fuck. Terrifier 3. Because I know Long Legs is number one for you. I can maybe do it like that. Long Legs is number one. Don't tell me if I'm right or wrong. We're gonna go through.
Okay. Okay.
Long Legs is gonna be number one. Smile's gonna be number two. Um, fuck if I know. Did you watch Strange Darling yet or no?
Mm-mm.
Lisa Frankenstein is number three.
I didn't watch that either.
Fuck. The Strangers Chapter One is number three. Uh,
I
The
feel like you
Oddity.
can do
The
this. You
Oddity
can.
is number three. I know you've seen that one. The Oddity is number three. Um, Number four. Fuck. Trap and no, Cuckoo's number four and Trap is number five. Okay, go ahead and guess my top five.
Wait, give me that in order again. How did you put that?
Oh
I
fuck,
feel
I
like
don't
you
even remember Ian.
you
Okay,
said
Trap
you
is number
you
five. Number four is
you said cuckoo, right?
no. I'm gonna go with the Oddity. Number three is Cuckoo. Two
Okay.
is Smile Two, and number
Okay.
one is Long Legs.
Okay. All
Because I
right.
just don't think Maxine would make it onto your top five. But maybe
Okay.
I'm wrong about that. You know? Okay,
All
we'll
right.
get to it.
So I think I know three of your top five, but I can't think of what the because I would have put Blink twice in my guess for you for top five. I think number one is a substance, number two is smile two, and number three is long legs. Um, Four is trapped and trap, and five is wait, I did have a five. Which one did I? Immaculate.
Okay. Alrighty. So we'll go with number five. What's your number five?
I saw the TV glow.
Oh fuck. Yes, I want to redo because I absolutely would know that. You know what? I'm a little blind right now, so when I
I
see
couldn't
the
believe you
list of
didn't guess
all
it.
the horror movies that came out this year, that one just slipped my view. Okay. That absolutely makes fucking sense. Okay. Cuckoo's number five for me, which
Okay.
I was very surprised at myself. Again, they all should just be number one. I should have just had like a top five number ones because I fucking loved Cuckoo. But that was my
Yeah, I feel
number
like we
five.
both we had a we like talked about that on the phone. We like both
It was
loved it. Yeah.
fantastic. I can't wait to do that episode, but I want to do like a watch along with that. What's your number four?
My number four is cuckoo. Look how correct you were.
There you go. I
Or
don't
wait,
even know
did you
if I
put that?
said
I
that
think you
right.
yeah, I think you put it you had it at number four
Who
at one
fucking
point and then you
knows?
bumped it.
Who shit?
Still
I don't know.
close.
My number
Let's
four
see.
is long legs.
Okay. So I was
Mhm.
right. I was like, is that going to be in his top five? And I figured it would.
Again, I
Okay.
was surprised that it came down to number four because, and I really deliberated on this, because I fucking loved long legs.
Yeah. I
So
feel like that's
number
in one of the
three.
movies that we talked about. Number three for me is Smile 2.
Really?
Yeah.
Now I'm like, is there I saw the TV Glow 2 that's gonna land your top two? What is
I feel like
that?
you have to know what my top two are now
Oh, that
by
makes sense.
like
Okay, yeah.
process of elimination.
It'll be Blink Twice and and the Long Legs. Okay. That was your number three. My number three is The First Omen. Fucking love that movie. I've seen it like three times. So it's I'm into it. I'm into it. All right, your number two is
I said
obviously
immaculate. I meant first omen. That's what I should have said.
yes.
Anyway,
Out of the two, it was down to Immaculate and The First Omen, but I wasn't as into Immaculate as I was The First Omen. The First
I,
Omen is just a beautiful film for me.
Immaculate was my number 11. I have to say it was like
Mm.
a neck and neck between that and Alien Romulus. But Alien Romulus for me is something I rewatch. Immaculate is not something I'll rewatch.
Immaculate before The First Omen? That's insane. It was because of the abortion. He is one of them liberals. Blue
I
hair,
just
blue hair,
I
right under
I
that
will
hat.
I will say that for me that is what like I was like yeah fucking kill that baby and she fucking did and it was like yeah that's what
You
we
got to
should
know
be
that baby
doing.
was looking gnarly too, right? That
Yeah,
was that was a
yeah.
face only a mother could love. And Sydney
And
Sweeney was
she
not about to
even
have
she
an ugly
didn't.
baby. She said,
It was like I am too pretty
"Do you
to
see
have an
how hot
ugly
I
baby.
am? This baby will not be my baby."
No bad vibe babies.
Post-birth abortion. That is what
As my dad
conservatives are
thinks
afraid
those
of.
happen. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So obviously your number two is Blink Twice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've smiled too. Loved it. And then your number one is
Long
ba-ba-ba,
legs. Long legs.
Yes, he's been saying it every recording we do, so it should be a surprise to nobody. I have The Substance. I fucking love The Substance, and I think at this point this was my favorite movie of the year, just by far. Although, oh wait, I can't tell if The Last Showgirl with Pamela Anderson is supposed to be a 2024 movie or 2025 movie because I think it comes out for everybody else in 2025, but everybody's already talking about it, and she's been nominated for like a Golden Globe. So I don't know what it's considered, but I think I really might like
Oh.
that one a lot. But The Substance so far is my favorite movie of the year.
Yeah, I do want to see that Pamela Anderson movie. But yeah, I didn't think it was coming out till next year.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, well, this tracks for us, I think. I got a few bad movies in there. I got a lot of really good ones. And
I
then I also feel bad because I haven't seen the full list of horror movies that came
yeah,
out this year. There's a lot of indie movies that I didn't see. So I do feel a little bit bad, and I'm sorry. We're not good horror fans, but
we
whatever.
saw a lot of them. But yeah, there was a couple where I was like, oh man, I did want to see that. Um,
It'll just have to extend into 2025. Let me tell you, I watched Halloween H2O about 6 times this year, in October, so that took up a lot of space. I didn't have time for any other movies.
how the hell could you have time between your busy
But
Halloween rewatch schedule and my Scream rewatch schedule?
I did watch a lot of Scream this year too, as well. Okay, so
We watched
then
Scream together in person.
I guess we can go your least favorite. I don't want to do a whole lot of least favorites on this list. I want to be pretty positive. And again, this was just a wonderful year for horror. So your least favorite might not even be something that you absolutely hated, right? It could be. It could be. But what is your least favorite horror movie
A
this
movie
year?
I didn't even see, but I know I fucking hate. And Terrifier 3.
Okay. Fair. Fair. I liked it. And you know what? I think you would like Sienna. So I challenge you to watch it. I have In a Violent Nature
You know,
because
you sold me
yeah.
on not seeing it. I will say you were the one that sold me because I was like,
And I was very
Zach
excited to
thinks,
see it. I was like, you know what? Because the trailer looks like I love the way it's shot. Like this is the thing about that movie is it's not a terrible movie. It's not completely awful, but I'm just one of those people who follows your final girl. I don't follow your
yeah, yeah,
villain. I'm just not a villain kind
it's
of
not for
guy,
us.
right?
Yeah,
Love me and Michael Myers, but I'm watching for whoever's going to take Michael Myers down during that movie, you know?
yeah.
Um and in Violent Nature is all about the villain. So it didn't hit for me, but it was beautiful. It was one, cool premise, cool shots and cool kills.
So I've watched that clip a few times of like the one that everyone's like, oh, that's the craziest kill where the girl gets like bent in half and it just looks stupid. Like I was
And you
like,
probably would think it's stupid.
yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
not
Once you told me that, I was like, yeah,
listen,
and I saw that
it's
clip.
like a 5 to 10 minute opening shot where he's just walking, and I was like, this is not for
But
me.
wait, I do have a question about it. I was thinking it was like a documentary proof, but it's not.
Mm-mm.
It's just like, okay.
No, it is
You know that
literally
movie I'm
somebody
talking about?
steals or somebody like picks up a relic that activates him and he comes like out of the ground and
Yeah.
he's looking for that
But
relic. It's very
you
Jason Voorhees
you
if
know a movie I'm talking about? Isn't there that's what is that? Leslie Vernon, where they're like it's
oh,
a
I love that
documentary proof.
movie. Love that movie.
But you
Yes, yes, yes,
that's
yes, yes.
I thought that was maybe the premise, and then you told me it was
I might have
not.
liked that. See, but we don't focus on any characters enough to really like care
You
about
and I
any
need a
of them. So
character. We need like
it
yeah.
just doesn't matter. And then the next one, I want you to be able to talk about this because I truly have not seen. So your favorite TV of the year, right? And I just want you to do your little spiel about TV because I have not seen. I haven't watched any horror this year for TV shows.
TV shows.
We watched about till the second episode of From, realized we were not in the headspace for it, me and my husband. We were like, nope, this is depressing, and we will finish it later. Love From, but it's just not the time for me
Who
right now.
who are you telling? That first episode or second episode when the fucking mom dies? I was
Yes.
like,
So I said, you know what? We're going to put this on pause, right? This is just not the time.
so I have favorite episodes and favorite
Okay.
shows. So Agatha All Along, I feel like counts. It's horror light. It's
Why
like,
not? Why not? I guess I have then.
yeah. So I feel like Agatha All Along counts. And you also saw Interview with a Vampire. That was this year,
Was
season
that
two.
this year?
Season two was, yeah. It
Again, they're
was
all
in
like
June.
all blending together because I could have sworn that that was last year. Well, then Interview with the Vampire absolutely is my favorite horror TV show of the year. And I'm fucking obsessed with that show. Me and my husband love that show. So it might even bump
I love it
out The
too.
Substance for favorite of all time this year.
So those are my favorite horror shows. My favorite horror episodes. X-Men 97, Fire Made Flesh. I sent you those horror clips and you have to admit
You did.
you
You
did think they
did.
were good.
Yes. It was okay. It was fun. I did like a little like half watch of it, and I
I
got the
figure.
references and stuff, but it's just I think I would just need to be in it. If we're gonna go with
I
favorite episodes, my favorite episode of season two of Interview with the Vampire was,
It's probably the
um,
same one in mine.
yeah, the Daniel
Don't be
episode.
afraid, just start the tape. Yeah.
Fucking loved that episode. Loved that
Yep.
whole thing. Yes.
Same. Same.
Hmm.
Um, it was tough for me between that because I do think the finale is really good, but I think that
Yes.
episode,
It just
like,
I like a moment or character centered episode. I think those are always like they always come out really really well.
yeah, you and I like that.
And this show was hitting tens out of the park
Yeah.
every episode. So yeah,
Yeah, it was between those two, and I was like, nah, yeah, it was like the Malloy flashback just kind of inched out the finale just because it's like it gives us so much and
yes,
filled in this, and I liked all of it. Um, and that like the vision of him like running up onto the roof is like very much like in my brain of him like almost doing the Thanos snap dissipating.
I keep thinking of when Lestat comes through in the like the psychic burst. They're like calling each other. They're beeping each other on their beepers. They're psychic beepers, right? And Lestat comes through all the other vampires. And like that moment was so fucking crazy for me. So and also young Daniel is fucking hot. Like good actor, good you know what? Older Daniel's kind of hot too though. So
For me and from it was episode 3,
oh, I haven't
um,
gotten there yet.
which is Mousetrap. I'll just say
Okay.
it's mostly centered around Tabitha, and it was real fucking good. And it actually had me like gasping at the end. Like I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Um, the finale almost beat it out, but the finale was kind of boring until the insane ending, which I really need you to
Yeah.
see so we can talk about. And then Agatha all along, I think you'd agree, Death's Hand in Mine, episode 7, the Patty LaPone episode, just like
Yeah, I wish you
uh,
watched more of The Walking Dead because I would sort of like compare it to that because the second season is like real slow of The Walking Dead, but that last episode is very very slow until the end, and then like crazy shit just goes down, and it is one of the most riveting episodes of TV I've ever watched. So I can imagine.
yeah, yeah, it's like there's like things that happen, but it's like stuff you kind of knew. It was like they've been talking about doing the thing, and then they do the thing, and it's like I like the last like 10 minutes, I was like going into them, I was like, man, do I not like this finale? And then it was like, holy shit, I do.
You say, you
Like,
know
yeah.
what? Sorry, I doubted you from.
Yeah. I was like,
Okay,
I was
waiting for season
incorrect.
4. I'll be here.
God, it's not till
I will watch it. I
2026.
think I'm gonna wait till we get out of like winter months.
That's fair.
It just
Yeah.
already brings the
It
seasonal depression. We gotta.
it's a depressing show. Like it's
I
not, there's
need
no
some more.
upbeat.
El
Yeah, and you
Paso
like
starts to get hot again in around the end of January, so
I'm saying, isn't
maybe
that
that.
like now?
Sure.
um,
Okay. Favorite performance of the year.
I think we have the same
This had to
one.
be created for Naomi Scott because we can't say
Yeah.
favorite final girl, right? Although I did, I almost put it in there, but I'm like, it won't take me seriously.
No, she's not, she
Because I
dies.
think she's alive. I don't think she died.
Anyway, yeah, same thing because she was,
Fucking phenomenal. Honestly, again, one of my favorite horror performances of the last decade.
yeah.
Only beat out by Toni Collette.
Yeah, no, and I think like I think for both of us, if it hadn't ended with that ending, it we might have like I don't know, she could be like a new favorite final
Only a
girl
9
for
out of
us.
10 movie because of that ending. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
But
was
yeah, no,
fantastic.
same. That
Ah,
performance,
she's fucking amazing. Again, bring her back. Bring her back. Just make it fucking work. This is a movie about people smiling at you and then killing themselves,
killing
right?
you.
You can
So
do anything
like
with this. Just bring her ass back. She got an eye patch now. Naomi Scott with an eye patch.
she just has an iPad. No, I was fine. It
But
just
it's
like
like
made me
glittery
pass
because she's a
out.
pop star. So still chugging
That
her
is
water,
that is
chugging
a
extra water now.
that is a plot point of Margot's character in season 3 of The Magicians.
Oh, I do know that. Yeah, I probably have seen that clip. Ian sent me a lot of clips of magicians, so I probably have seen that.
She wears like a
Okay.
fabulous eye patch.
I
Yes,
do have a
next one.
runner up that I wanted to mention though, because I do
Okay.
love First Omen. Nell Tiger Free playing Margaret in the First Omen. Oh, amazing. I'm obsessed with her. I keep looking her up, and she's just not in enough for me, and I need her to be cast in everything.
Wait, can I say what my runner-up was then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Margaret Qualley in The Substance. She was my like
Very fair. Very fair. I'm
I
sorry, Demi Moore. I should have put you.
I understand everyone saying to me more, but I feel like Margaret Qualley isn't getting enough of it. Like she's so good and
She's been
like
nominated too, hadn't she, for a Golden
no
Globe?
no she is, yeah, but I mean like in the like online conversations people don't talk about her as much, and I
Mhm.
think like she has like a bigger I just love her. I loved her in The Substance. She's great. I love how hot she is. I want to be that hot.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah. Make my ass perky and my tits
seriously.
upright. Um, favorite villain. I also have a runner up for this one because this was really hard. You know what? It's not even a runner up. It's like a slash. It's a tie.
All right. I mean, mine was his name is Longlegs, right? Is that Nicolas Cage's name in
I,
Longlegs? I
I keep
couldn't
thinking Vicky
remember.
from the Real Housewives of Orange County, so that's what I think. That's truly what I think in my head when I think of his name is Vicky. But that is
He
not
was
correct.
that's not correct, but he was my favorite villain. Um, yeah, I thought Nicolas Cage. I feel like when I talk to people about Longlegs who haven't seen it, and I say Nicolas Cage is like the villain, people assume it's like cheesy Nicolas
Oh,
Cage,
like a
really.
Ghost Rider. Yes.
Yeah, but like he's doing that performance, but it works within the movie without making it campy, which I think is like really impressive.
It's campy. I don't know. Mommy!
Well, no,
Daddy!
but like he's still scary. He's not like I don't
Yes.
know. He's not
Well,
like
I don't know. He was scary up until like we showed too much of him. And then I was like, "Oh, okay, sure."
anyway.
I have Abigail slash Cooper. So Abigail from Abigail and then Cooper from Trap. Again,
All right.
Josh Hartnett just makes the whole performance. So I had to put him on here and I just couldn't, I didn't feel right putting him as a runner up. But also Abigail was fucking wild. She was such a crazy little girl, right? Um, and Yeah, I mean, her kills were great, and everybody, the way that she interacted with everybody, and how she was just like, I don't know, she was stabbing bitches up left and right. Everybody was scared of her, running from her. She pretty much had everybody wrapped around her finger. They didn't know it, and she had the entire game rigged, right? Love a villain like that, and love a vampire. Could come down to Nosferatu again. You'll just have to wait and
Right,
see.
yeah.
Favorite chase scene.
Oh, fuck, I didn't put anything. I literally have that in my list, and that's the one that I left blank.
I can go first while you
Yeah,
think.
you go first.
Speak no evil. When they
Oh,
get into the house, when they go from the car into the house, the whole house chase scene is fucking phenomenal. I love shit like that. I love
you
a
do.
trapped in the house moment. That's one of my favorite parts of The Last House on the Left.
Playing
The
with
the
space, you
remake
love
is
that.
when they're all running through the house and it's like dimly lit and it's just got those vibes. Fucking love. Oh my God, what's the actress's name? Mackenzie Wood in that movie. Love her. Love her. She's wonderful.
She's,
Her husband was a little picker. Fucking
but
sucked.
I like that because I
Yeah.
read that that was on purpose and that
Oh, absolutely.
people didn't like that was a thing they didn't like, but the director was like, no, I want to keep
It's
that. I
supposed to be
want,
you're meant to hate that. Yes,
yeah,
absolutely, and it works for me. I didn't need him to show up and show out. Right?
no.
She could have been right the whole time and like, you know what? You're actually a terrible husband and you can't even protect our family. And she was correct. And I hope she divorces his ass.
I hope she divorces him.
I mean, she has to. There's no way other way that movie went
They
after
were
that.
ready to get divorced before that movie. So like this was like the tink they needed to
Fantastic
like
chase scene though through it, and I love when it did it for me. The roof when they go on the roof. I know that's gonna be one of my favorites. I love when they go on the roof.
um I I think
Favorite.
wait,
Oh
I
wait,
didn't
do you
say
have
mine.
it? Yeah,
Yeah. Alien Romulus, I gotta give it to Alien Romulus.
yeah,
And not even the acid blood scene, but the scene when they're walking through the where the little like what are they fucking called? The little crawly things. They're like
yeah.
everywhere, and it's like the heat signatures is what they pick up, so they gotta be like still
Another
and
tense
quiet.
moment. Yes,
Yeah, I thought it was so good.
that was really good. Alien. You know what? Alien Romulus did have a lot of good, really good ones. I'd have to like really think through that again, and maybe that would
I
be a
do
runner-up for me.
like again, even though that movie's at number 10, it wasn't like my favorite. I do think it had a lot of good like chase, like actiony type moments.
It was fantastic. It just wasn't like new enough to really
Yeah,
push
yeah,
itself up. I'm also one of those like Prometheus apologists and
yeah.
Alien Covenant apologists. I think is even more controversial. Love those movies, right? They have new things to say.
Remember how
Um,
surprised you were when I like Covenant?
yes, I loved it. I love that you love that one. We need our trilogy finished. We need to bring back not David Hasselhoff. It's
His name is David, Michael Fassbender.
yes. Favorite vibes. The vibes, the vibes get you.
I have a tie between I Saw the TV Glow and The Substance.
Okay. See, I need to watch I Saw the TV Glow. Are they similar vibes or are they just
No, they're
different
not
vibes for you?
similar vibes. It's just the vibes are like very well done in both movies.
Okay. Hmm. Yeah, maybe I'll watch that one this weekend. That might be a good one.
I would love
Um,
to hear your thoughts. I don't know that you'll love it, but I would love to hear what you have to say about it.
maybe it needs to catch me at the right moment then. Maybe not this weekend. Okay. When I'm looking for something a little bit more creative, right? I'll go with that one. I have Cuckoo. Love the vibes of Cuckoo. Love that
That's
it's
fair.
just the first time in a really long time that we've seen like they're in the fucking like are they in the Alps? It feels like they're in the Alps, right?
I have
They're
no
in
idea where they
this
are.
Switzerland or Germany or all the mountains and the trees and I love and it's like a lodging area, like a little lodge. Very The Shining of it all was
Yeah.
really
Oh, that's true.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
And you had this mix of these older cabins that looked a lot more lived in, and then um, her dad's house with just the big glass walls and everything. I love all of that. Plus like the sterile hospitals and the library, and it just was great. So I like that one. Final Girl.
I almost picked the chase scene in the library as my favorite chase scene. I
I almost
almost
did too, and I was really thinking on it. I had to like replay it in my head a couple of times, and it just didn't go far enough
it's
for me
shorter.
because it
Yeah,
was really
yeah.
good, but I needed
Mhm.
more running, right?
That's
And
fair. Yeah.
the Speak No Evil, just they were in all the different places of the house, and so that always does it for me. Yeah. So your favorite Final Girl?
This one is a tie between Hunter Schafer's Gretchen and Cuckoo and Chloe East's Sister Paxton in Heretic.
Ah, she was real good too
She
in
was.
Heretic. I did really love her. Had a real soft spot. I think she died at the end. She did. But you know what? Sky Riley's alive, so obviously it's Sky Riley, my
You just
favorite
said you
final
weren't gonna
girl.
pick her.
No, I went with Margaret. No, no Tiger Free. Um, loved her,
Did
love her
she not die
living
at the end
her
of that
best.
movie?
Remember at the end, she's in like the snow. We literally just put this reaction out, by the way. This is
But that was not like we didn't do it last week. We did that like
Yes,
in
it was done a
September.
little bit ago. Ian, it was not on Ian's top 10, so he did not retain any information from this. At the very end, like they're living the three girls are living
Oh, right, right, right. Okay,
in
I
the
do. And
mountain in the
someone comes
snow
to
and
see her.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
And I would love to see her continue because I know after her first movie, because we know the first movie is your transformative experience, right? That's what creates a final girl. And the next one is when they got the real fight in them. So yeah, I'd like to see her in that. Favorite death scene.
I put one, but I'm like, I okay. So
The butt scene from Terrified 3.
right, yeah. Um, I think it is two of these. I think it's the substance, the that whole end with Monstro Sue Liza Sue or whatever the
Yeah.
fuck it is, where she's just exploding blood everywhere. That might be, but but Blink Twice has a very satisfying death when she fucking
Yes.
kills Channing Tatum. And so
They don't
like,
kill Channing Tatum.
oh right, 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 they don't when they kill everyone else, right? Then
This
they
man,
mesmerize him,
this
right?
man put this his
I
second
know.
favorite movie.
I put Channing Tatum down and I was like, oh, when he dies, but
Yeah.
you know what I
Well, I
mean.
mean, they kill all the
Um,
men though. When
yeah,
they all regain their memory and they're like killing these men, fucking fantastic.
and it was so gratifying, and I love a gratifying death. So even if they're not like, oh, wild, elaborate, I don't need a chainsaw up an ass to be
Yeah.
like, I love this death scene. So yeah.
Okay. Oh, I could have put that up there too, I think. I didn't though, because one of my favorite ones, it was a little bit more muted. Because I was thinking, I was like, oh, which ones really showed up and showed out? But the one that has stuck with me all year was you didn't watch Apartment 7A yet, did you?
Mm.
Okay. From Apartment
That's
7A,
horror TV.
Terry dying at the end. I mean, it's a prequel, you know what's gonna happen. She's gonna die. But she has this whole like she's finally
Oh,
let
is
the
it like a
cult
mini
think that
series?
she's going to be part of what was it?
It's like a mini series, so it like is a
No,
complete
no, no.
story.
One
She
movie.
dies.
One movie. All you need to do is put it on. You don't it's just a
Wait,
movie. Yeah. I thought it was a
is
show
it?
too. I thought it was gonna be a
I
show
thought
too.
it was a
Nope, just a movie.
show.
Just a movie.
Oh,
hmm
oh,
So
all right.
very easy watch because it is a slow watch. It's not one of the best. Um, but I also love her. The actress is like fantastic. Julia Garner, and um, yeah. So like she's like the cult thinks she's like accepted them. She's gonna carry their child. She's gonna deliver the son of Satan, all of that good stuff. And she's doing like a little dance. And she goes over to the window and she's doing like a whole number, and then she throws herself out the window, and it
Wait,
is phenomenal.
but you just said you know she has to die at the end. I don't know who she is.
She is like a very, very, very small character in the original Rosemary's Baby. And she's
Oh,
mentioned
okay.
as like this character has died, but it feels like there's something more to that, and they decided to make a prequel out of that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So her death scene was fantastic.
All right.
Are we out of categories? We might be out of categories. Well, I know we'll talk a good, unless you
Yeah.
have one you want to throw in real quick, but I think we'll talk a little bit about what we're most excited for in 2025. I'm excited for Halloween. Halloween Returns. Um, yeah, I mean, we can start with Scream. We're gonna do a larger episode. I want to wait till they start filming so we can get a little tidbits from when they're actually filming. But we've been getting news, man. We've got Anna Camp is probably going to be. Have I swear Anna Camp is. I'm so excited when she was announced, but I think she's going to have one of the gnarliest deaths in the movie. Like, there's no way she's walking out of the movie. I love that they are stacking this movie with murder fodder.
Yeah.
Like they're gonna have a lot of deaths in this one.
Oh yeah. I hope so. I feel like because that was, the critique we both had and a lot of people had of six. And I feel like six remedied the critique of five with no chase scenes. And it was like all chase scenes, but then six didn't really have any like deaths. And so I feel like seven might remedy that with like a huge body
They
count.
got to make up for it. They got to add that six's death count to to seven's death count. It's gonna be a lot. Um,
I do you think because at first I was like, oh, Anna Camp will be the opening kill. I kind of think Mason Gooding Jr. is gonna be the
well, we have a lot of Jasmine Savoy Brown rumors going along. A
rumors.
lot of people are talking about Jasmine Savoy Brown. I really want to see before I make a judgment on that whether she's coming back or not, because I couldn't see them doing him as an opening kill
Yeah,
without her there.
that
But I
feels
could
like
see him being an
unfair.
end kill to set up
Yeah.
another sequel, because whatever happens at the end of this one is going to lead into the next one. I think this is going to be one of the first that we really get a cliffhanger ending. I do think I'm leaning more towards, and I might be giving them too much credit, but I do think they're going to try to switch up the opening kill and the end kill, and it's going to be a lot of emphasis placed on that end kill. But I do think he's dying in this one.
I I mean you and I talked about this. I just like I don't want him to die without Mindy. Like it feels like even though that's like an actor thing, right? Like who can come back, but like it feels just like mean to be like, yeah, and like he survives 1,000 stab wounds and then
Well, and it's sort of my issue with Dewey as well. Dying in five is that he didn't really get, like, aside from the very brief scene with Gail, he didn't even get a scene with Sydney. We didn't get a scene of them three. And I think when you build up characters so much, this is just me as a fan being nitpicky. When you build up these characters and these relationships so much, I do want to see at least a final moment with between
yes,
characters before you take one out, right? So
that's
if
what I
you're gonna
mean.
take
Yeah.
Chad out, I can see it without Tara and
Yeah,
Sam.
yeah.
As much as I would love to see one more scene with them before he dies, but I need to see a scene with him and Mindy, um, because we need a reaction from Mindy.
Although I was thinking like maybe that'll be a way so it's not too like this is what I thought in six when he died, and I was like when we were like he gets a death scene but then doesn't. Like I was like crying, I was like tearing up, and I was like, oh man, it's gonna be so sad. And then I was like, well, maybe it's better Mindy didn't make it to that end because I don't want her to watch him get stabbed to death.
Yeah.
But I still, yeah, I want them to have like a final
Maybe she's the
moment.
opening kill, man. Maybe they're trying to keep her under wraps. We don't know. They manipulate the media. That's how they do this shit, right? All of the stories that have been going around, I wouldn't be surprised if any of that was already planted, right? Like the
Well,
little, oh, she's not gonna be in it, getting everybody kind of like in a tizzy talking about it.
that's I mean, that is another reason why everyone's so fucking annoying because it's
Oh
like
yes.
no one knows what anyone has said to each other
I don't care about
behind.
the speculation. I'm ready for, I mean, as I speculate, I'm
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
I'm ready for news. I want to see all the news. I want to see all the confirmations and all of that. Even today, as we're recording, I think Courtney Cox has been confirmed.
Officially
I didn't
confirmed.
read any
Yeah.
articles, so I truly don't
Yeah.
know if that's real or if
No,
somebody
yeah,
else
she
did that.
no,
Okay,
yeah, she is.
perfect. Amazing.
Variety reported it.
Yes, super excited for Scream 7. Oh, that's 2026. Never mind. I'm excited. It's 2026. Yeah, February 2026.
I
I'm
thought it
excited
was.
for all
Are
the
you
Scream
sure?
7 news instead.
Wait, now I'm looking this up.
Yeah.
I thought we knew it was. Oh, is it because of the strike?
Oh, well, I don't know about the strike. I think they're trying to coincide with 30th anniversary.
Oh, yeah, you're right. February
Hmm
27th, 2026. Oh, pfft.
So I'm excited for all the Scream 7 news. Even when it's not coming out in 2025, we give it time. But I am incredibly excited for I Know What You Did Last Summer, this new I Know What You Did Last Summer movie. I think that
That
is
is this summer, right?
super looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Fucking can't wait. I cannot wait for it. Cannot wait to see Jennifer Love Hewitt back.
Yeah, I am excited for that. I feel like I'm definitely more excited now that she's announced. You
And
and
that
I
she
love
took
the
the time to
legacy.
do like a cool photo for it to announce. I know she did that shit herself, right? She used an Instagram filter.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like you and I love a legacy
Yes.
sequel, right? We love a legacy. And the thing that made me more into it is that she seems genuinely excited, not like, yeah, this is my little job. Here we go. Look how cute it
I
is.
like
Like
that she was
she's
pushing to
like,
have a bigger role in it, right?
yeah. And
That
I
lets
like
us
that.
know really good things.
That makes me like more excited. I have no idea what else is coming out in 2025.
Interview with the Vampire season three. Incredibly excited for Interview with the Vampire season three. I think it's going to be coming out in spring of 2025. And it's got such great October vibes, but I cannot wait. I cannot wait. The strike messed it up. It pushed it a little bit. We supported the strike though. But
Yes, yes.
pushed it a little bit. So if it's got to come out in spring, it's got to come out in spring. But I'm fucking excited for it. I'm so excited to see the Rockstar Lestat. That is gonna be so campy, so fun. Did you listen to his song yet?
No, I
You
haven't.
gotta go listen to his song. You gotta look at his little like you saw his video though, right? His little
No.
he they put out like a teaser video for him too, where he sits down and he's like being interviewed and he's like being all bratty. He's like definition of brat.
I when I do remember people talking about that. I thought the new season had started because that was when I was still like
Mhm.
binging season two. So I like avoided all that shit to be like, oh well, I'm gonna watch that right after I finish two, but I didn't realize it was just
Watch
two
that,
seasons.
listen to the song that came out, and then yeah, they'll get back to me because I think
Yeah,
you're gonna love that.
like I know you're not gonna like Queen of the Damned is very bad. Aaliyah is
I love it
great in
though.
it. Aaliyah is great. Stuart Townsend is smoking fucking hot, but that movie is fucking dumb. And I trust this show, but I don't want it to be that dumb because it won't match with the show. Like the show has been
Yeah.
pretty like
I also think what the show is doing right is that it is a show that's able to like expand on the book and add its own things, create new things. It's always like translating a book into a movie anyways is I don't know, it's gonna be a hack job anyway. Even the original Interview with the Vampire movie, as much as everybody loves it, it is kind of a hack job. Like we miss a lot of stuff in that movie that we finally got over 2 seasons in the show, you know?
I mean, I think the book's a little bit of a hack job, so
This is about her dead daughter. Stop it. Um, no, but I think they are. I don't know. I have full trust in what they're gonna do with the Vampire Lestat. I am excited to see Queen of the Damned too because I'm assuming they're gonna introduce Queen of the Damned in this, but
right?
that's got to be it because it's its own book, so it's got to be its own show as well or its own season. But like who plays her also? Who do they cast to play Aaliyah? Because it's basically what we're doing.
It is. It is. Because she doesn't really talk that much, right? Like I don't remember her.
Uh, I don't know. And I
I just
hope
remember
like
her
the
like
outfits go as cunty as they did in the Queen of the Damned because fucking the styling was amazing. That costume designer like really hit it out of the park. And now I want that level here as well because we have like we mute a lot of things these days, right? If you have your Charlie's Angels, they're not going to be like the Charlie's Angels of the past when they're dressed all fabulously and all wearing heels, right? But I want the heels, I want the fabulous dresses, and I want that for this TV show and Queen of the Damned. I want her to look fucking otherworldly.
yeah, I mean,
Okay.
I feel like all the stuff you're saying is like that movie's bad. You want this season to be bad. Like
No, 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 no. Just the way the look, the vibes. I like the look of it. I like his rock star look in that movie. I like the Queen of the Damned's look. Not story wise, not story wise. Story wise, I want them to do. I mean, obviously they're going to follow the book, but I want them to do what they've been doing. I don't have any like notes on that
yeah,
because I
yeah.
think they are shepherding this the whole franchise like really, really well. So very
Because
excited
I
about
feel
that.
like Louis isn't going to be in Louis will be in this season as much as Lestat was in this last season, is what I think.
That's okay with me.
Yeah,
We've
no, no,
had our
no.
time with Louis. I think I'm
Yeah.
okay. I'm much more excited to see Sam as
I
Lestat a
I
little more.
I feel like Louis' story, yeah, the like yes, yes. I wasn't saying that as a bad. I was saying that that's what I think they'll do.
Which movies come out in 2025 though? See, I don't even
Uh,
know. Oh, The
I
Strange. I am very excited for The Strangers Chapter 2.
but you did not like Strangers
Did
Chapter
not like
1.
Chapter 1, but I like that we are going to be finally going into new territory. So it feels like a new movie, you know.
All
Hopefully.
right. Yeah.
Could very
Yeah,
well be bad. But I'm not opposed to a bad movie as long as it's a fun bad movie.
you're not. um,
Um, what were you gonna
I
say?
was from 20 next season was going to be on my list, but I think because of the strike, that's not coming out till 2026
No,
as well.
enough of this. Enough of
I
this.
know
Stranger
so
Things
many
is coming out this next year,
shows.
though, right?
Is it?
I
Did
think
that
so.
not get
I don't
pushed?
really have. It cannot be another year. It has to be 2025. There's no fucking way. It's 2025. Um,
I'm going to be watching that from a nursing home
I
that
don't know
last
that I feel
season.
a lot of excitement because it's been so long. It's like
I
with
kind
that
of feel
Yellow
that way
Jackets
too.
thing. Like between seasons of Yellow Jackets, I'm like very like I don't really care until it comes on. So I feel like
Yeah.
that same thing with Stranger Things with
No, I
Yellow
agree.
Jackets as well.
Like once
But
we
Fear
start
Street
seeing
Prom
promo, I'll be
Queen.
more hype.
What?
I'd say once we start seeing promo for it, I'll be more hype. But
Yes,
yeah.
absolutely. Fear Street Prom Queen. I'm excited
Ooh,
for
is
another
that?
Fear Street.
I didn't realize that was this year. Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Very
that
excited for that one.
we love a Fear Street.
Not excited. I didn't like Megan all that much. I know everybody loved Megan, but I'm like, okay, but she's coming back.
I'm looking forward to that. I so the still that's been released, I thought was a NECA doll. I was like, oh, that NECA doll looks cool. And like I kept thinking the picture I was seeing was that until like I actually read the caption and was like, oh, that's the new movie.
Clown in a Cornfield, I guess. Is that 2025? I
Oh
did see
yeah,
that
I
that
did.
was going to be a movie.
You read that book too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I like that book.
I didn't read the sequels though, but
I
I love
own
that
the
they're set up like sequels. I love that the
I
books are
own the
set.
second one, but I haven't read it.
Grady Hendrix's new book is coming out in early
Nice.
2025. Super excited for that one. His books feel like events for me, so I'm incredibly stoked for that one.
His the thing about his books is even if I don't like it that much, they're usually still like a fast read, and I mean that in a good way. It's like a you can it's not like hard to pick back up after you've put back down.
Yeah.
Um, and they're like usually still a fun read, even if I don't like the
They're
book
always a
too
fun
that
read,
much.
and they're really good with. He's really great with having you super excited about what comes next, like in the story,
Yeah.
right? Like the
Mhm.
story, even if it lulls. I don't know. Like the Final Girl Support Group has turned into one of my favorite books, and it's just I have a really fun time with it. So he creates really fun stories. I didn't love We Lost Our Souls or Surrender Our Souls, whatever that one was. Didn't love that one, but there's a shorter one, Horror Store. That's fantastic, and I wish that would be made into a movie. I feel like that could be such an easy movie to make. Um,
I feel like that book is like I've thought of that idea like 100 times, and I'm mad I didn't write it. I
Somebody needs to
always thought
fucking
of
do it.
like a horror
He
movie
did
in a
it. He did it,
retail
and somebody needs to
place.
make it into a movie. It could be an easy Hulu movie, easy hour and a half, didn't not too many frills. But he's got other ones that are in production. I know Final Girl Support Group is in production, and then Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. But I don't know if we've even seen any movement on that. Like
I was gonna
seriously,
say 'cause it feels like that was announced like a while ago, and then
hmm.
nada.
I have a feeling this witch one though that's coming up about the witches is probably gonna be the next one
Gonna hit.
that comes out. I don't know. Somebody needs to take it. Somebody needs to take it and not put it on streaming. Put it in the theaters because I don't know. Best Friends Exorcism, fantastic book, and it was just a little lackluster as a movie. Because it was made for what Prime Video, so
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they're cutting quarters there.
yeah. Which my old ass is up on Prime, and I'm planning on watching that this week.
Yeah, you should. You haven't seen it yet, have you? It was okay. Alistair loved it.
Jamie,
Alistair bawled.
I was gonna say my friend Jamie Drack was like it said it was the movie she cried the most at. Oh yeah, when we recorded for Agatha with her and Brendan Davis, she said it was like the movie that made her cry the most.
Oh, I do remember. I don't think I'd seen it by that point. But yeah, I don't know. Like excited for horror, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we like a horror
The thing
movie.
that we do with our podcast, horror movies. Yeah, I'm leaving 2024 in pretty good spirits. I've had a great 2024 overall. There's been some pitfalls, but it's been overall a really great year. My husband's getting out of the military here in 2025, so we're free to move about and do what we want, and start building the life that we want. That's not dictated by where we're going to move every 3 years. Um, and so I feel super optimistic going into 2025. And so I don't know. We have I Know What You Did Last Summer. We're gonna have a lot of Scream news, and that stuff just makes me feel joyful.
Wait, oh, and
Yes.
your friend is going to be in a horror movie, an independent horror
Yes.
movie. The Contract is the name of it. But yes, I'm excited about that. I'm like a featured moderator at Prism Convention in Niagara Falls, and
Yeah, another really big thing. Yes.
that's exciting. I've never been to Niagara Falls. Dana Piccoli is going to be is the other featured moderator, so it's going to be me and her. Um, and it's a queer focus, I think queer women focus. So I was like, oh, all right, cool. Um, like convention. Amber Benson's going to be there, and a bunch of people from Motherland Salem.
Mm,
Um, yeah, I'm excited. I'm
very cool
excited about both
stuff.
those
Very cool
things.
stuff. And hopefully that's leading to a lot more of those types of gigs too. And hopefully
Yeah.
the horror movie that you're going to be in is going to lead to more types of things like that. Because I know you're nervous about it. But you're going to be honing your skills. You're going to become an actor, Ian. So
Um,
you are going to be in like two more projects in 2025. Two more horror projects. Be casted
um,
left and right.
maybe we'll eventually do ours. Who knows? I'll be dead probably when we do it. Um, then you'll be happier. You're like,
I know.
well, Ian's very agreeable with this movie. But yeah, I do think I'm always charmed. I feel like you always say this at the end of every year, like I got a good feeling about this coming year. It's gonna be a good year.
Mhm.
And I always find that very like sweet and endearing.
Yeah.
I do not ever feel that way, and I have not had a good 2024.
When I started talking about mine, I was like, I feel optimistic. I'm like, oh shit. Hmm. Don't want to set you up for failure here.
um,
I
but
told you that fours are really good numbers. Five is not a bad number, which makes it a good number, but fours are really great numbers. So I knew 2024 was going to be a really good year. I mean, there's rumblings of a Buffy reboot. Who knows if that's going to fucking happen? But imagine getting an announcement in 2025 about a Buffy reboot. Could you see it? Could you imagine Sarah Michelle Gellar is for the first time ever actually acknowledging that that could be a thing and not mentioning a fucking Walker?
I I I will say like now it's like I have to fucking work on that thing. Like if I don't work on it in some way, I'm gonna fucking light
And that's
myself
what
on
you're going to start
fire.
in 2025. You are going to make sure that all eyes are on your motherfucking podcast. We're all going to see it. And you
I,
are going to be front and center doing those interviews. 2025 is going to set you up for that kind of success.
I
So
will say, when is this coming out?
who knows?
All right. So and
Before the end of the year.
I did the Hush oral history for Slayerfest 98, and it was cool getting to talk to all the different Buffy people. And like, oh, some of these people I'm like friends with now. That's cool. That is like a cool thing. That is probably the thing I'm most proud of. That and the photos are the I'm most proud of this year.
Yeah.
Um, like getting done and
You put a
achieving and
lot of
like
work into this oral history. You've got a stacked cast going to appear in it. It's an oral history of the episode Hush from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It is it's Ian's first big production YouTube video that I've been trying to get him to do for a long time. So this is the first one. This will come out after that has premiered.
okay.
So we are going to link that down in the description box below. Make sure to go click it, go watch it, go check it out. It's going to have interviews with a lot of really great folks who are involved in the making of that. One of them, can we say any of them, or do you want
Yeah.
to keep it all
Yeah.
under wraps? Yeah, one of them being Sarah's stunt double, who Ian just told me last night is Madonna's stunt double, has been Britney Spears' stunt double, has been Tori Spelling's stunt double, and she ended up breaking her ankles. So
Both her
it's for
ankles.
Tori Spelling, by the way, for the Tori Spelling role. Whatever Tori Spelling's doing that she has to break her ankles over, I don't fucking know, but that
Zach,
was
what could
insane
that
to me.
possibly have been? She didn't remember the name when we were talking off the cuff, and I was like, maybe Zach will know,
I don't know because she wasn't filming Stab 2.
right? Like, I'm like, what Tori spelling role requires jumping off something in
In
stiletto
heels.
heels?
In heels. Who fucking knows? I don't know. I thought
But
that one was really cool though. So I'm really excited to hear her talk about all that.
yeah, and like, and she was the Pink Power Ranger. I at one point I was like, you know, you have a lot of gay fans, right? And she was like, Yeah, yeah. She
So
was
the
like,
faggots come up to me.
because they have a cafe
I've
in
seen a
Georgia.
faggot or two in my day.
They have a cafe in Georgia and they have like memorabilia from Buffy and the Power Rangers.
Oh,
And
wonderful. Does she have any costumes? That's always my question. She have any costumes or props? Ugh.
she said that she really wished she was able to keep Buffy, but she wasn't allowed to keep
Why don't you
anything.
fucking steal it? Steal that shit. Those costumes. This is the thing that I don't buy from all of these people who talk about costumes and all of that. Stuff goes missing all the time from costume departments. All the time. Somebody walked out with like five or six pairs of ruby red slippers from the Wizard of Oz in the 70s. Just walked in to the costume department, took them, threw them in a dumpster, got them at the end of the night. And one of them
Oh, that's
just
smart.
sold, one pair just sold for $32 million. It's like with fees. $32 million. Do you know how much they thought it was going to go for? Three. 3 million, like cap. $32 million. So you know what, everybody? If you work in a costume department, if you're an actor, if you are anybody on this movie, steal it. They're not going to trace it back to you. And in 10 years, they're not going to care. So,
So wait, they did have a steak that they showed me, and she both of them had their Buffy crew jackets from the show that they
mhm.
handed the crew, and that was cool to see.
I think that's cool as shit. The fact that they have a
Yeah.
steak is really fucking cool. So
Yeah, and they just have them like up in their cafe, and she was like, "Yeah, we do like Buffy and Power Ranger meetups, and usually it's LGBTQ folks." And I was like, "Yeah, that's not surprising."
usually the gays gather. We call it a gay gathering.
Well, I told her I was like, "You are maybe the only stunt person that gay people talk about a lot." Like,
it's phenomenal. Does she still do stunt work?
no, they both. That's why they're back in Georgia. That's where he's from, and they both were like retired.
Hmm, that's awesome. Well, I'm
Yeah,
super excited to hear that again. That whole oral history video, Ian's pride and joy premiere YouTube video will be linked in the description box below. We've reached the end of the year. We have finally seen Nosferatu. Christmas Day has passed, and we've both seen it, and so we have an updated. We figured we'd do a little updated list for you after all the rambling we already just did. Okay, so where does this fall on your top 10?
it's number two, right after Long
Is it
Legs.
number two? Okay,
Yeah,
huh. And so we're going to be doing a full review for it. So we'll get into all of the fangirling and monster fucking and all of that. I put it at number two also. So it's right after The Substance for me. And I had to go back and forth a lot. I had to like write it into my list, take it out, write it in again.
I did too. I
Um,
wasn't sure. Yeah, I did
because
too.
Naomi Scott really sold Smile 2 for me. And so I had to weigh everything in Nosferatu. Sorry, film buffs. And then Naomi Scott in Smile too, but I think Nosferatu just like barely got it.
I think because Nosferatu has multiple like really great performances.
Hmm.
Because Naomi Scott is on par. I do think is on par with like the best actors of Nosferatu, but I just think Nosferatu has more there to like
Yes, they should
really
have had
love.
Naomi Scott in Nosferatu, and then
Yeah,
it might have been a number one movie for me. But
yeah,
yes, The Substance still got it for me. Longlegs still got it for you. I'm surprised Nosferatu came second for both of us. I thought
yeah.
you were gonna maybe put it first. I was like, what about Longlegs beat it out for you?
Long Legs just for me is scarier.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay.
Nosferatu, like they do the tension really well, and it's definitely fucking tense. Like I wouldn't pretend it's not, but for me, Long Legs, the tension also was scary. For
Hmm.
me, Nosferatu, and I that's not any. It's number two. I love it,
I
but
don't think you
the it
need to
wasn't.
defend it this hard. It's
Yeah,
okay. Yes.
it's just like for me, it wasn't like as scary. What about you?
Um. Oh, I just love The Substance. I just like don't think you can beat The Substance for me this year. So that's
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 fair.
it. That's my end all be all. Okay. Well, happy 2024. We will see you in 2025, and I hope y'all all have the best year that you could have of all years going into
Yes,
2025.
same.
And we will see you.